今天重返未来新的活动终于上线了，我们有新章可以看了。大家晚安，你好晚安。等一下，他的背景音乐有点大声，我先出去一下。新活动《疯癫与文明》第9章主线第9章，终于可以来看了 ，yes， 我好兴奋哦！我从今天早上起来就一直期待到现在，我好兴奋哦！游戏声音比较大吼，我来调一下，容我一下啊！我直接去这边调。奇怪，我怎么就？为什么啊？等一下，他怎么？啊，是新的那个吗？好，没事，我先调音乐，背景音乐调到30好了，太大声了。没有，其实只要调总音量就好了。好，我把总音量调小，调到30应该差不多吧。然后语音40。对啊，等一下，它是重新更新之后，它整个设定又要重新弄，是不是？因为它突然多了一个键位设置，是有新的那个吗？啊？刚刚想看完 PV 有够兴奋，对啊，看 PV 哦，天哪，我真的是看了，我真的是从早上期待到现在。哦，而且我们来进来听一下，听一下，哦，好多了，比刚刚好多了。哇，等下刚刚是会吵那么大声，它真的是更新之后，它整个设定都重新帮我用了，是不是 ？Hello， 晚安。没细看，只先去看 PV 而已。我不知道啊，因为我记得我之前好像已经有调过，可是怎么声音比较大？等一下，铁窗文学会，我现在才看到那个换东西的地方，叫做铁窗文学会。荣耀废墟隐喻指南，我感觉这次比较像是。这次活动感觉第9章比较像有那种桌游的感觉 ，TRPG 那种感觉。你们看，阿莱夫手上是那个骰子，然后这些都是有游戏桌上游戏的一些剧本啦、骰子啦，然后人物雕像啊，而且重点是我看到 PV 这是有14 ，yes。这个主线有致敬一些美式恐怖文学的东西，你说像特苏鲁那种的，特苏鲁之类的吗？你要被送去做啊！你要出去参加铁窗文学，这是一个很崭新的说法，可以学起来。但我感觉这是很像一种 TRPG， 很像桌游的感觉，而且它 PV， 先说一下，就是我会有。稍微那个 PV 的剧透，对我看了 PV， 他说他们是很像困在一个虚构的故事之中。这好像也是暗示一个游戏剧本、故事剧本的那个走向。这件让你想到之前美国恶名昭彰的回形针研究，那是什么？那个是什么东西？是类似像人体蜈蚣之类的东西吗？而且这次的，哇，神秘学加上 TRPG 真的是点题耶，我好喜欢哦！天啊，突然对这次的主题有点期待。像这次14的声音不要再那么黏腻，上次很黏腻吗？前几次活动我没有参加，所以我不太。好啦，等一下，先看一下。照惯例，我们今天最后再来抽抽哦。 来，我们就直接进入剧情。哦啊，如果还没跑的，不想被剧透的话就没关系，可以先放着没关系，你们自己跑完再回过头来看也没关系。真的，这个如果都还没跑过的话，就对会有剧透，所以就自己斟酌一下哦，自己斟酌一下。哦，所以这次是用这个下去换的哦。啊，哦，他这个整个进来都是那个，都是在讲，很像在讲规则，桌上游戏的那个规则。哦，所以我们这次真的是像跑团一样，然后这次的 KP 是那个吗？虚构集吗？东北马库斯产品，马库斯去工作啦。马库斯大概暂时不会再跟我们有交集了。美苏冷战期间，美国和苏联各自有间谍战。美国试图通过电击药剂、手术等等，希望可以从苏联这边囚犯挖出一些细节，或希望苏联的人可以通过美国。哦，所以就是那个什么，类似像拷问、审问之类的实验就对了。哦，那孤语我也好想要。这个居然是限定的。我可以这样子。哇，都不人道恐怖的所谓精神心理实验都来自于这事情，有很多恐怖故事的启发来自于这个事情。哦，对啊，这次的那个时间点是在什么时候？因为我看到监狱，看到人家喊，看到监狱看到开头，我以为是法国大革命，尤其是加上，你看，加上虚构集这个造型，这个是我会想到拿破仑。那也不是法国大革命那时候吗？法国大革命那是几年？只是在自由海风后声音会很腻吗？会吗？我觉得还好我那时候听我是觉得还好，反而是我后来回去看那个绿湖噩梦的时候，我觉得那时候14的不知道是我太久没有听到14的声音还是怎样。我觉得绿湖噩梦里面的14声音好像比较稍微尖一点。没关系，我们就来看看，希望。我突然很期待第9章了，哇！我真的是很喜欢 TRPG 的东西耶。看这个骰子，这个棋盘，我好喜欢哦！哇，我喜欢克苏鲁，我也喜欢 TRPG，好开心！等一下，我感觉这次的主题比我想象中，比我预期中还要更让我期待。好了，我要开始了。怕剧透的就自己斟酌一下哈。大豆，开场就要打，好开心哦！OK， 拜拜，次也祝你玩的开心。拉图年，席卷出新的是非观，卷入旧的观念。所有人都是舞者，他们的舞步迈入了野蛮铿锵的锣鼓声。威廉·巴特勒叶芝，1919年那时候是什么？什么年代？3月至下旬。这感觉真的也像。等一下。等一下，是因为在隔 隔着一个窗户的关系，所以虚构集的声音不太清楚，是吗？等等，这边先闭闭，好像叫声。哪路你要去泰国玩？我最近大家都在出国，我怎么那么有钱？我也听不到。怀疑是因为这边是人在外面，然后虚构集在里面，所以声音比较有隔阂。哦，声音有变大哦。提着箱子，你们怎么都要出去玩？怎么那么好？
But little did she know, this dusty old town and its peculiar custom would lead her down an entirely unexpected path.
你要想出去玩
Hold on, sorry to interrupt, Recoleta.
哦，你真的是在跑桌游哎！
She could be Nora, Joanna, or Teresa. Any name, really. I feel like
哇，
you
所以
are
虚构集是 KP
focusing on the
哦，
story, not keeping
刁民
track.
刁起来不是？哎呀，我没钱，
Thank you for your advice.
我没钱，
But she
爸爸好
isn't
想出去
Nora
玩哦。
or a Joanna, or a Teresa. She's just herself.
今天祝你玩得开心。
Quality
可
research.
是现在泰国应该很热，所以要记得补送水分。
You see that look? She's halfway to eating you alive.
一群刁民。
Face it, Maria. She wouldn't be the loca we know if she listened to anyone.
KP 最怕遇到刁民，但是你有可能也会遇到一个
Alright.
很刁的
So you
KP。
didn't like the opening. Fine. I'll come up with something new. Maybe I'll start with a bit of exposition on the Die of Babylon, beginning with its origins as a secret relic created by an Aztec priest, imprisoned by the conquistadores.
所以我等一下会出去，我这张看完，我等一下会先出去调一下那个
I don't know
语音
if
的
that's
声
going
音
to do much,
音的大小。
Ivana. I'm beginning to think we'll never figure out what you're trying to say with this novel.
哦，这只是小说，
And, well,
我还以为是在讲跑
this
团的那个
isn't
剧
your
本。
fault.
Ay Dios. Just tell her, Maria. We're going back to Buenos Aires.
¿De vuelta a Buenos Aires? ¿De repente? ¿Así? ¿Sin más? Pancho, Maria, what's going on? Did I do something wrong during our travels? Ah, see. I know what it is. I've bored you with my constant rambling over this novel.
No, Recoleta. It's got nothing to do with your novel.
Don't you get it? We're flat broke.
布宜诺爱丽
Why do you
丝，
think we're stuck here scrubbing tables?
等下布宜诺爱丽丝是哪边的首都？智利吗？
Because we can't pay for all the mate we've been drinking.
That wasn't a question, Regoleta. We've crossed the continent, crashed the readings of all those prestigious poets, and leave the way a real artist should. And I admit it, it's been just as amazing as you promised. But we can't go on living like this.
You know that we both care about you, and we believe in your novel too. I'd be lying if I said this journey meant nothing to me. Getting to ride around the continent on a motorcycle like Che Guevara himself? I never could have imagined I'd get the chance to go on an adventure like this. We got to live the dream.
A real dream. Except for those days when the motorcycle broke down. Though that was a real tribute to Che's journey too.
Don't tease, Pancho. Recoleta, since you invited us to join the Visceral Realists, we've both found amazing new ways to channel our inner poetry. Even though I still don't understand what in the world you're trying to say with your novel, or for that matter, what visceral realism actually is.
Maria, Pancho.
You told us not to worry about the definitions, to feel and to live in our words. We did just as you said, and it felt great.
啊，想要过像诗人、像艺术家的生活，首先你要很有钱。不然在金钱之下，什么都只是梦而已。
I appreciate your honesty, amigos. I was worried the problem was much worse than all that. Winter here isn't as dreadful as you think, and I know just the place to keep us warm. It was 1520. Arcanist Ferdinand Magellan sailed across unfamiliar waters under orders from the Spanish crown. Over the vast gray sea, he saw spots of light in the distance. An island. He named it Tierra del Fuego.
就是上次上一张伊戈尔半岛的地方。
It became the continent's penal colony, and its largest building even served as a prison. Many Arcanists were exiled there. By the turn of the century, the Arcanist hunt had reached its peak, and the Comala Sanatorium was built. Well, as you may already know, at that time, most Arcanists were believed to be victims of madness. The sanatorium was their ship of fools. However, as people began to realize that Arcanist blood wasn't a guarantee of madness, fewer and fewer were imprisoned there. By 1947, it was officially closed. Until the 1970s, when a group of people from the National Foucault Studies Association returned to the island with new ideas for the location. They spoke in abstract terms and opaque theories that no one could understand. They rebuilt this place and gave it a new name. After a long period of construction, the Comala Sanatorium became a prison once more, one designed to hold Arcanist criminals. They were taken from the streets and the psychiatric clinics, from secret societies and rebel groups. Any Arcanist deemed mentally or socially unfit would be locked away there.
等一下，我突然想到一所的。
This association claimed the inmates would receive the best treatment, and they would fully recover before being returned to society. A prison, a medical lab.
感觉如果这个监狱还在的话，
That is what Comala is.
然后伊索尔的又没有被那个基金会收监的话，他感觉会跑到这边。
It'd probably be the easiest winter we've ever had. All that it requires is a little bit of acting.
啊？等一下，他的意思是，我靠！等一下，这牺牲也太大了吧
That's your brilliant idea? To get us locked up in an asylum?
我讲，这牢饭好像也是一个不错的选择。
It's not like we get to put our feet up and relax by a fire.
这算是一种吃公家饭的感觉吗？
You want to go to jail? Well, see that man over there? Go greet him with a punch to the jaw, then you'll be set for the whole winter.
笑死。
It sounds like a good idea.
Recoleta, please. We're not messing with the Gendarmeria. We're going to my Aunt Julia. She said she could take us in at her vineyard up north near the capital. Well, it's harvest season. They could use all the help they can get. We'll return to Ushuaia next year. Or when the winter has passed. It'll still be great.
这边太冷。
I hear you, amigos. But respectfully, I must turn down your offer. This has been more than just a road trip for me. I know sticking around here for the winter won't be easy, but this could be my last chance. What if things change again? I can't just wait for spring.
Recoleta.
What did I tell you, Maria? She never listens. Wasting your breath. Adios, Recoleta. I don't think we'll meet again. Mierda! Those gendarmes are looking straight at us.
哇，他们被通知有。
What?
Stop right there. You three matched the
Oh.
description of some intruders at the poetry meeting in Casa Pionera.
哎，
Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse.
他又没有同，他又没有友爱，怎么直接跑了？跑得真快！
I got it now.
我看一下。嘿，
Oh look, here's another. Just another shift. Keep calm. Up and at it. Ouch! My shells. This part should do.
哎，
Perfectly understood. What I'm good at. You are not welcome here. Save that, I say. Get out with you. Oh, be careful. Just another shift. What I'm good at. Oh look, here's an. You want me to? Up and at it.
哎，好了，
Finally, it's just you and me, Master. Do, 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 do,
Oh.
do.
科马拉流浪记。后面是什么？哦，哦，这是那个刚刚那个磁铁的
Gracias a
封面。
Dios. Creo que los perdimos. Are you alright?
Wedding，
Ah, gracias. Better to kiss the ground than kiss the gendarme's boots, if I must choose. Wait a second. Doris, is that you? Funny how life moves in circles and puts an old friend in my path.
Huh?
How have you been? Are you paying another visit to Kamala? Doris.
是吧？威尔丁，圣神德鲁斯。
Timekeeper, could she mean her Dr. Doris? Was I mistaken?
Oh.
How strange. I've
如
never
果
seen
不是
people
虚
so
构
busy.
几脸盲，
But
那在
please,
表示维尔
forgive
丁
me. It's been a long day. No need to apologize.
哦，所
In
以
fact, the person you just mentioned sounds
德
like
洛
someone we're
斯
looking for.
跟维尔丁那个发色很像，
Could you tell
并
me
不
where you
是
last saw her?
巧合哦。
Sure, I.
因
Excuse
为
me.
德洛斯是之前那个医生吧，
You're not from around here, are you? Your accents and those clothes
是那
give
个
you
眼
away.
盲的医生对吧？我没记错的话。
Come with me. I know a warmer place to talk.
哦，完了，我感觉我们要找到维尔丁他妈。啊，等一下，哎，怎么那么多？等一下，我先去调一下那个音量，游戏语音提大声一点好了，有点小声。 到40。好嘞，这样应该可以。来把这个看一看。这一定唠等，我们等一下再来听。乌苏怀亚港口爆炸。乌油罐是有港吗？10几年前的战争。啊，我开个水。等下看这句，看来并不只有虚构集想要假装自己是精神病，然后住进监狱里面度过冬天。对，人线总是弹性的。不遗诺爱丽丝分布交接报告。话语专项常是乌尔里希。哦，所以他已经接到那个地球最后一天了。巴卡罗拉，突突食指。哦，也被收拢。
The moment armies start to march, the world stands still. You fight or fall back, charge forward or run. Those are the only rules on the battlefield. I don't see a start time on this report, nor does it state the reason for or the demands of this war.
呀，现在是几年了？还是1919吗？
A literary war. Indeed, the violence acted upon words is often just as devastating as an order on a battlefield. Words must fulfill their duties to their creators, just as soldiers must answer to their commanders. You don't? The young writers have all been exiled, sent down a path with no signs to follow and no destination. In dark days of bloody conflict, soldiers often find comfort in scriptures and verses, or in letters from their loved ones. They hold those words close, a fragile piece of home, a brief solace from the roaring of the battlefield. But as they fall one by one, they learn the bitter truth. No doubt. In dreams. Maybe. Walking the streets of your hometown. Spending a lazy afternoon at the writing desk. Dreams can take you anywhere. But live there too long, and the lines between fiction and reality will blur. Soldiers crawl through trenches, roll in the mud, and charge to their deaths again and again. While words are forever trapped within the confines of poetry, made to live, die, and live again under the golden prophecy. I can't stand the way poets talk. 一下100。看到红点点，我就想把它消掉。直指语环。世界晚安，好。
According to these news reports from Ushuaia, there was an arcane attack on the pier about a week ago. all the ships in the port were destroyed. Could Manus Vindicate be responsible for this? Or perhaps the Xeno rebels?
Hard to say. But things have been suspiciously quiet these past few days. I had been hoping we'd find some clues here in Ushuaia, after we lost track of the Manus, in the Free Breeze shipwreck. They would have gone to ground somewhere remote and off the radar. Indeed, it's possible they've already left Ushuaia. For whatever reason, it seems they haven't been pushing for the storm to happen.
我那时候有去跑那个地球最后一天的
I have a
活动。
strange feeling about it all. They're definitely up to something. For now, it seems our new friend's story lines up with the intel from Moth. It seems the Xeno rebels really did bring Dr.
对
Doris
对对，
here.
我没记错，德洛斯
We
馆
should
是
see if
那
there's
个
anything more she can
盲眼
tell
的那个
us.
医生。
Timekeeper. The Foundation doesn't have any intelligence on Tierra del Fuego. If the Manus really are here, then we'll be on our own. The closest Foundation branch is in Buenos Aires, 3,200 kilometers away.
Careful and well considered as ever, Soneto. It's possible they've already infiltrated Ushuaia, just as they did in Chisos. But the Xeno rebels may still be holding Doras. We can't just wait around. I'm afraid we'll have to take the risk. Ushuaia is not very big. If Manus Vindicte is here, we'll notice. Stay sharp.
Understood, Timekeeper. I'll keep an eye out for them and for Dr. Doris.
被同伴丢包了。
They're really gone. Adios, Recoleta. I don't think we'll meet again. So that's all I get? We could have exchanged some farewell poems, read them out loud like we used to, and shed a few bitter tears over our heartfelt goodbyes.
哇，这仪式感做得很足。
You know what they say. Goodbyes are only a senseless feast of unhappiness. Pardon? Oh, it's nothing. Never mind. Please, sit down. And could we get a pot of mate with mint, please?
Thank you.
等一下，他有钱付这个茶钱吗？
So you're looking for Doris? I can tell she's important to you from your look. Correct. Is there anything more you could tell us about the day you met her? Of course. It was one of those gray, overcast afternoons. I had just turned onto Calle Bolivar when I ran into this blind woman on my way to the post office. To be exact, I didn't run into her. She called to me. It felt like a sacred moment in time, like something unworldly. I just stood there, frozen, as she walked up and fixed a loose thread on my sweater. I stared at her until my fingers went numb, and the letter almost slipped out of my hand.
Miss, could you tell me what's in that direction?
他是怎么
I
知道他
followed
的
her hand as she pointed forward. Strangely, even though I could see she was blind,
哦？
I had a feeling that she knew exactly where she was pointing and where she intended to go. That's the way to Comala prison, Señora. Is that where you're headed? I could walk you there if you'd like.
Thank you, Miss. But I think I found my way.
他说他竟然没有被
She
一
held the
个他们
typewriter.
亲近起来。
How ironic that God would give her, at once, both books and night. I am Recoleta. What may I call you, miss? I hope you don't mind me asking, Señora. I didn't mean to pry. It's only that I have to know. You're a writer too, aren't you? I've been working on a novel and, for some reason, I have this feeling you could be a character in it. Forgive me. I'm just so excited. I really want to remember this moment. Please, may I have your name? Or whatever you'd like me to call you? I don't think I'll ever forget her smile. It was soft, kind, almost merciful, and oddly, it felt so ancient.
No offense taken, Miss Recoleta. But first, I have a question for you. What does literature mean to you?
Sorry? What a question it was. I wasn't expecting anything like it.
You're a writer, are you not? And one I sense with purpose. Tell me, where does such powerful motivation come from?
Actually, well, I'm not sure, Senora. I have my pursuits and questions, but literature is neither the goal nor the answer to them. Literature is, well, it's just literature. I suppose if I had to define it, I'd say it's a tool. A kindling for fire, or a lens to see through. A means to explore and raise questions from different angles and express our perspectives.
And what an interesting perspective you've expressed. I see. But how does literature make you feel?
As though I'm a kid looking through a kaleidoscope for the first time. Well, maybe that's not the best way to put it. Perhaps something a little more subtle. Just when I was looking for the right word, she turned away with a little wave, heading toward the prison, her feet crunching over the fine snow. So she must have gone to the prison.
When did all of this happen?
About 3 days ago. I remember the sun came out for a while that day, and the streets were glistening with melting snow. You've heard of Gomala Prison, haven't you?
"3 days ago? Then we may be able to catch up with her there, Timekeeper."
You're right. We need to get there as soon as we can.
Whoa, amazing. So decisive, assertive. A true show of character. You must be the very archetype of a
有人也想跟着混进音乐，新乐。
What's left to say? Whenever the protagonist has what they want fall into their laps, we're all quick to complain about lazy writers using Deus Ex Machina to keep the story together. So let's not dwell on it. But anything can happen in a place like Ushuaia. It's a city where the day may only last 4 hours, and the streets are full of exiled arcanists.
We appreciate your help, Miss
Recoleta, please think nothing of it.
Miss Recoleta. I'm Vertin, and this is Sinetto. We're investigators from the St. Pavlov Foundation.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, likewise. Glad that I could help. But listen, ladies. Everything happens for a reason, and now it's becoming clear. You're going to Gomala Prison, and so am I. Maybe it's fate that brought us together.
What's your business there? If you don't mind our asking.
Oh, it's a writer's mission. But anyway, we're friends now.
谁能想到他只是想去过冬？
If you're going to Gomala, you'll need someone who knows the way.
想去过冬，想去吃公家饭。地狱遗忘。老实说，这个监狱，我那时候看 PV， 这监狱给我感觉很像一种，很像后世的感觉，像那个恐怖都市传说贝克润的感觉。 大概是因为有那个地转，然后又有那个池水的关系吧，泳池。他那个哦，
Behold,
活动中心。
Komala Prison. It's the biggest building around. When the
它
sun
也看
comes
很像
out,
那个
it
社区的
looks
活
like a
动中
rusty
心。
button stitched into the earth. Everyone tries not to pay attention to it, but it's undoubtedly one of the most important places in town. This way. Careful. We're heading uphill. Oops! Thanks. So, my new friends, you're from that St. Palominos?
St. Pavlov Foundation. And Vertin is the timekeeper there.
Ah, very impressive. Sounds all official and polished. Then, I take it you've already got away into the prison?
I'll draft a letter to headquarters right away. Once they approve it, they'll notify the local branch in
这要
Buenos
多久
Aires.
啊？
From there, they'll
哦
need to，
果然
inform
是
the
阿根
Argentine
廷嘛，布宜
government,
诺阿利斯是那个阿根廷
who
的
will
首都。
then issue us a permit.
Excellent. Looks like our bureaucrats still have some worth. No offense intended, of course.
Since we're pressed for time, I believe we can ask that headquarters give high
你
priority
可
to
以
our
知道
request. If all goes well,
人都
we should
走
have the
了，
permit in about a month.
Ah, how expedient of them. But you know what? Maybe we
估
shouldn't
计那时候
bother all those
暴雨都降下
hardworking
来。
government officials with these trifling matters after all. I have a simpler solution that suits the urgency of our cause.
That sounds great. Oh, where are you going, Miss Recoleta?
突然想到接下来的发展，
To the other side of the wall,
突然
of
觉得很好
course.
笑。
From Guadalajara to Ushuaia, there has yet to be a wall that could stop me. Come on, ladies of the Foundation. Soneto, take my hand.
威尔丁表示翻墙这个我擅长。
Miss Recoleta, please. A reckless act like that could have serious consequences. Please come back down. In fact, while the details of our mission are classified, I should warn you it may be dangerous, and we cannot guarantee your safety once we're inside. Perhaps it's in your best interest to return to town.
What? That is definitely not in my best interest. What sort of pusillanimous coward would I be if I just abandoned my fated companions here? Of course I'm going in with you. Or rather, you're coming with me.
Please get down, Miss Recoleta. Someone's coming our way.
Oh,
Stop right there. What do you think you're doing?
Caramba, it's her again. The jailer of Komala.
Did she say jailer or jaguar?
Which of these darlings shall we attend to
哎
first?，
等一下，大包包，哇，好可爱哦！是大猫猫。
Oh look, here's what I'm good at. We're not afraid of you.
Keep calm.
It's out with you.
Ouch.
Perfectly understood. Just another shift. This part should do.
哎，还有一张哦。
Please allow me. These sheets are my wings. Oh, be careful. They're not gonna stay. What I'm good at. Oh look, Hi, Master.
Miss Recoleta, haven't I made myself clear?
Oh.
I don't want to see you here again.
会讲话的大猫猫。
Jailer, we meet again. What a delightful encounter on such a... lovely day.
睁眼说瞎话。
Would you please just leave this place alone? I'll never understand why a promising young woman like you keeps snooping around a prison. I can't make this any clearer. Trying to break into Kamala will do nothing to get you inside, but it will get you into a world of trouble with the Gendarmeria. So, will you stop these senseless breaking attempts? Kamala Prison is only accessible to academic researchers and journalists, and even they must have official credentials in order to enter.
Isn't there any other way to pay a visit? I truly do need to get in there.
Sorry to interrupt, but did you just say official credentials?
Yes, you heard me right. And you are?
I'm the timekeeper of the St.
猫
Pavlov
猫猫歪头
Foundation.
，OK。
My assistant and I are here to visit Kamala Prison on official orders from the Foundation. Here, this is my ID.
This is indeed legitimate. Welcome to Kamala Prison. Apologies for my earlier behavior. It's been a while since we've had any
果然还
official
是得
visit.
专家出手。马浪流动器。哦，我刚刚是想说，我有没有看错？很像那边有一只猫猫的那个旗子，原来这是猫猫。
La investigadora de paracausalidad se escondía en la naturaleza fuera del pueblo de Amalfitano, estudiando los datos que había
西班牙语，
recolectado.
葡萄牙语。
Una tarde, al anochecer, una voz llamó desde fuera de su cueva. Ella dejó el equipo y las cintas y salió afuera. Un hombre estaba de pie, curioso, frente a su puerta. ¿Qué haces aquí?, preguntó, levantando ambas cejas. Nada sucede en Amalfitano en estos días. El local se presentó como el empleado del banco. Probablemente tenía la cara más amable del lugar. Ojos brillantes, mejillas levantadas, una mandíbula suave. Era una cara llena de esperanza. La investigadora le mostró los espectros que había estado recopilando. He estado recolectando historias sobre el dado, explicó. Quizás ellos contienen la clave para explicar la aleatoriedad que muestra el destino. Ah, eso realmente me intriga, respondió rápidamente el empleado del banco. Me encantaría escuchar todo sobre eso, pero debo irme. No debo llegar tarde al funeral del pescador de dunas. Y con eso se fue. 3 días después, los mismos pasos regresaron a su cueva.
一直像是能量扰动学家。
¿Volviste? ¿Cómo has estado? ¿Lograste llegar al funeral?, preguntó. No tengo idea de lo que estás hablando, respondió de manera cortante. No soy el hombre que crees que soy. Su rostro estaba agotado y demacrado, sus ojos hundidos profundamente en huecos vacíos. Era como si toda chispa de vida le hubiera sido arrancada, dejándolo solo con una cáscara vacía. La investigadora insistió que no se había equivocado. Conozco a las personas por su naturaleza más profunda, hasta la sincronización de sus espectros. Nunca me he equivocado antes. Lo que tú digas, el hombre murmuró de manera áspera. No entiendo nada de tus ideas tan elevadas. Solo déjame ir. Ha sido un largo día de pesca y lo único que quiero ahora es desplomarme en mi cama tambaleante. Se alejó con pasos que sonaban exactamente como los del empleado del banco.
As you might have noticed, Miss Burton, this facility isn't just a prison. It's also a research center. Its full name is the Panopticon of Kamala. It was established by the Football Association in 19...
刚刚那一段。那银行职员跟他说，他必须去参加沙漠捕鱼人的少年。可是3天后，他们沙漠捕鱼人又活了过来。这是指暴雨的意思吗？在隐喻暴雨说，啊
We've hosted workshops, academic sessions, and even lectures about the Panopticon. You may even have seen some reports about it.
好像懂了什么，又好像没什么，我都没
Experts
懂。
of psychoanalysis and scholars from various fields have come here to exchange ideas and seek collaboration in their studies. In many ways, the Panopticon is unlike any other prison you've seen before.
I see. No wonder Miss Recoleta has gone to such lengths to become a part of it. Actually, my assistant and I are here to inquire about a prisoner named Doris. Does that name sound familiar?
Not that I recall. Could she have used a different name? What does she look like?
She'd have arrived here about 3 days ago. It's also possible that she came as a visitor, not a prisoner. She's a blind woman who always carries an old typewriter. She used to be a doctor at the Sao Paulo Veterans Residence in Brazil. And on the subject of different names, she once wrote for Atu under the name Erd.
I don't think I've seen anyone fitting that description. And as I said, we haven't had any visitors in some time. Certainly not in the last 3 days.
But I did see her. I saw her
这
walking
个有
towards
词，这
Kamala
个词
prison.
专，真的会让我一直想到
Someone must
后
have
世。
mixed up their memories. Simply put, I don't recall seeing anyone by that name or with that
绿
description.
勾起已经没有任何信任可言了。
I see. Thank you, miss. Perhaps we made a mistake. Miss Recoleta, you've gone to great lengths to get into the Panopticon. Would you mind telling us why?
Finally! I've been waiting for you to ask. I'm here to find my pen pal in Komala.
You have a pen pal? In here?
Yes. 6 months ago, I went to a book exhibition in Guadalajara and came across the contact details of a few writers.
这都
I
是
sent
真来
them my
讲。
novel and asked for feedback. Looking back, it was a bit forward, but nothing unheard of between writers. A lot of friendships start through letters, you see. And Aleph wrote back.
阿莱夫，
And how much do you know about this pen pal of yours?
Oh, Well, he calls himself Aleph, which is a grammatically masculine word, so...
So you assume Aleph is a man?
Yes, he's probably a poet, a writer, perhaps even an alchemist. He's one of the brightest people I know. There's never been a question that he couldn't answer. I've asked him about religion, politics, history, potions, even critters in length and breadth. Can you imagine someone who knows all those things and so extensively too? And he helped me with my novel. He always seems to know the best ways to bring my characters to life. Honestly, he's so insightful. I've begun wondering if he's omniscient. With his help, my story grew richer and fuller, like a well-tended plant. Strangely, can't seem to take it any further now. It's as if the roots have been sapped of their strength. I couldn't understand why, so I resolved that I would see him in person to find out.
Again with this story about your uncanny pen pal. I've already told you a dozen times.
他到底跟多少人讲过这
It's
个
all
故事？
very moving, but it still doesn't justify your actions. Writers experience mental blocks all the time, yet you don't see them trying to break into a prison over it.
She does have a point.
Please, Burden, Jailer, have a little mercy, will you?
Hold on. I've been meaning to ask. Why are you only calling her Jailer? Don't you know her name? Or do you just prefer addressing people by their occupation?
Oh, about that.
It's okay, Miss Vert. I don't mind being called by my job title. I take pride in what I do. I'm perfectly fine with just being the jailer.
Exactly. A researcher is a researcher, and a jailer is a jailer. Titles and code names often tell us more about people than their ordinary given names, don't you think? Take Soneto, for example. Your name comes from sonnets, doesn't it? That great poetic form from Italy. Some people mistakenly think Shakespeare invented it. Some say it was Petrarca, though no one really knows when the first sonnet was written. Sorry, I'm straying from my point. You're Italian, aren't you, Soneto? Is that your real name or just a code name? Were your parents poets?
As much as I'd like to be able to answer your question, I never knew my parents.
我想这就是为什么他叫
My
Soneto，
earliest memories were of the School of
因为
Primary
没人
Defense
知
of
道
Mankind.
直升老师是真正出于谁手。他刚刚讲的。
My apologies. That was thoughtless of me.
It's fine. You meant no ill intent, I'm sure. Timekeeper, if Miss Recoleta was right about Dr. Doris's whereabouts, perhaps the jailer is keeping things from us. Or perhaps Dr. Doris visited the Panopticon without her knowledge. Either way, we need to do some digging here.
I agree. Let's see if we can talk to some of the inmates and find out what they know.
Ladies, we're about to enter the main hall of the Panopticon. This is one of the places where the inmates spend their recreation time. At this hour, they are supposed to be in their cells. But what's all that noise? Miss Burton, could you keep an eye on Recoleta if anything happens?
Certainly.
What do you take me for? I'm not going to run away. That'd be a pretty cheesy way to start a story.
Please, just stay close to me.
要逃狱吧？ 倒没有，但是哦。哦，什么？哦，又要干嘛？美洲诗社。
La Sociedad de Poetas de las Américas?
哇，他们的囚服看起来很像拘束衣，那是精神病院监狱的那个吗？有关系吗？
Pardon the interruption, but might I ask?
重返者。哦，我现在才发现，有类似这个。等一下，他，哎，这是鹅吗？他在77号公路上面扮成凯拉的时候，他那个头巾上面有鹅的那个标志。哎，他该不会是基金会那个飞蛾吧？那说真的，有类似这种美。
I've come to learn the name of this land. Ushuaia. As we walked, I could feel her gaze upon me. Steady, yet never intrusive. I sensed I had been brought to a place most unusual. A building with a quiet peculiarity in the air.
它不是石油。
I suppose I must claim a little freedom for myself in this place. I'm sorry for your undue trouble, my diligent friends. I'm here for a short visit. hoping to find some inspiration for my next story.
Oh. 美洲神话。
I didn't expect any of this from what we saw outside.
Oh, excuse me for a moment. I have duties that I must attend to.
They don't seem intimidated by her at all.
Yeah. They just look like a bunch of artists having a chat in the garden. And the jailer seems to be like a grumpy neighbor coming over to ask them to keep it down.
这比喻也太贴切了。
Everyone, you know the rules. There are to be no after-hours gatherings here without the physician's approval.
You sound softer and softer each time you come to warn us. Why not just join us? Isn't it better than circling around the Panopticon all day? And look around you. We're in the Hall of New Encounters. What better place to host a salon?
You're missing out in Komala if you don't even
为什
get
么
a
那个
taste
字
of our
会动？
literature.
Exactly. Even those oil-dripping musicians drop by from time to time. Not that they're the kind to care about the beauty of
第十有
words.
的音乐家，
Oil
可不可以重述
dripping
的？
musicians? Timekeeper. Could they mean...
Quiet now, please. The Adiles Salon is about to start.
为什么那个字会变？
These people seem friendly enough. Why don't we see what this is about?
看到那个字变的感觉，好像是扇子也要掉了。
En desiertos, en estrellas, dentro de laberintos.
En aguas, en espejos, dentro de reflejos.
Soñamos sobre la almohada de paja de la muerte.
Aquí estamos, rendiendo homenaje a los fantasmas.
Para rendirlo todo otra vez. Para rendirlo todo otra vez.
My dear friends, we face a difficult truth. The movement of visceral realism still stumbles in the dark. Our poems, our language, our minds are tangled by a stifling vine. A mundane, stale vision shared among all bourgeoisie. We follow this vision
为什么这些囚犯身上好像
clinging
都
to
挂
the
彩一样？
comfort brought by logic and conventional wisdom, and by it, we nip every branch of new art in the bud. Poems are perhaps too fragile an outgrowth to develop one's life upon, but here we may light them like candles at our funerals. Let poetry become the bridge between us and the world.
As we come back and forth over the boundaries of life and death, the old obstacles begin to take on a new look. With the eyes of poets, we may see behind them. You're a visceral realist.
I can't be mistaken. You must be...
A lonely cowboy, finally home. What a wonder. You're in time. The salon has just begun. And La Sociedad de Poetas de las
为什么这些字
Americas
会
isn't
变
like those salons that care more about who's invited than the art. All are welcome here.
A literary salon in a prison? Though, so far it seems to have more dancing than poems.
Did you understand what that man just said?
No, sorry, Timekeeper. I need a moment to think it through.
Don't worry, Sonato. I would guess we're not the only ones who are confused here. Miss Jailer, is this that peculiarity about Kamala you mentioned
那些
earlier?
会变的字，其实是我们听不懂的语言是吗？
Enough, idealist. You're still an inmate here, and you are walking a very fine line right now.
Oh, I'm quite aware of where I am and what lines I tread. This is a prison. The safest place for poets in this part of the continent. One cannot be arrested twice, after all. But please, don't trouble yourself with our little farce. What harm could a few poets possibly do?
Senor Idealist, might I ask you something?
Hold on, Recoleta. All forms of communication with the inmates must conform to our regulations. We will need to record the conversation and submit it to higher authorities for review.
I have some questions for the gentleman as well, but we're more than willing to follow the rules. I think the person I'm looking for might have attended this literary salon, or at least talked to some of its members. I'd wager she's spoken to that gentleman. That is, if she has been here at all.
I see. Go ahead then. Just watch the time.
Are you Aleph?
Oh.
Oh, another visitor looking for Olive.
So you know him?
Naturally, but I'm not obliged to speak of him to one who does not, stranger. And you, young lady in the hat, are you here for Olive as well? What a lively day this is.
No, I'm looking for a blind woman. Her name is Doris.
Ah, yes. I
我觉得
remember.
那个阿莱夫
Her writing was
被
impeccable.
监狱每个人都处
Like
的
an
不是很好。
exquisite crocodile skin handbag in a shop window. Elegant, yet condescending.
Do you know where she is now?
I'm not able to keep track of every inmate here, miss. Perhaps you should ask those who have seen everything from above. Through the glass, where the scrutinizing eyes of power look down on us.
Eyes?
Have you taken your medicine today, idealist?
I'm feeling marvelous. Today I require no help from them.
I've warned you. It's unwise to act against the physician's orders.
Act against him? No one may act against him here. The physician must have misunderstood us. I suspect he doesn't understand half of what we say. I'd like to know how he got his medical degree. Not by cracking open skulls, I should hope. What a pity, Jayla. You know, I've always believed you had the soul of a poet, just like us. We've already spoken enough rebellious thoughts outside of Komala. How else do you think we ended up in your nut house? We've been here far too long. Long after the junta was removed from office. After our home became a deserted wasteland in the aftermath of the Latin American boom.
What are you getting at?
That power is boring, meaningless. Nothing holds on to power forever. And the one true connection we have to life is poetry.
See, Jayla? Even an outsider understands our ideas better than you. It's time to open your eyes to reality. La Sociedad is the only way for us to feel truly alive in here, beneath the gaze of those prying, ever-vigilant eyes.
Idealist, last warning. Stop this now.
Oh.
Fine, fine. All right, compañeros. Sadly, the salon must come to an end, as our jailer insists. Dear friends, I do not mean to abuse the power of suspense. I sincerely invite you to come with me to the heart of La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. Perhaps you'll find the person you look for there.
We'd love to. Only if that's okay with you, Miss Jayla.
I suppose that's all right. You're already here. We can call it part of your tour, but please, ladies, take none of their rumblings seriously.
Thank you, Jayla. Please, follow me.
那些会乱变的字会是一种引导的方。为什么这样也要打？为什么这样也要打？
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
上正确方向之后阻碍之破。
Wait, this isn't the way to the gallery.
It isn't the usual way. It's a shortcut. We call it the reptilian complex and primal hunger route. Much fun.
But this passageway has long been abandoned and entrance prohibited. It's extremely dangerous too.
Relax, Jayla. No one, not even you, knows this prison better than I.
But, Timekeeper, I think we've just gone in a circle.
你晚安。正确的方向。随便打一只吗？
What a just another shift. Perfectly understood. It's out of you. Up and at it. Stay back, I say.
Oh. 点点滴好，点点滴滴，点点滴滴，点到谁谁就去当兵。好，再打字。刚刚好像也是啊，结束。
This crunch should do. Rise and shine. Feel this dark embrace. Please.
哦，打错了。
Just another shift. Oh look, here's another one.
那一个大招放下去应该是。哇，打三个都没中。还好我今天没去买威力城。 拜你公公。
Sweet dreams. Finally, it's just you and me, Master. Do, 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 do.
哦，
Let's take a step back. Pull you out of that whirlwind of passion and dreams. If you want to make the best call, you need to zero in on what really matters. A sudden explosion that shook Latin American literary circles about 30 years ago. It was destructive, but also gave rise to new life. Lucky for us, we don't have to worry about shell shock in the literary world. It's not about knowing literature. Any soldier with little experience can deliver a status report. All right. As we speak, ships are lined up on the Spanish coast. But this time, they're poised to make a new kind of discovery. And here are our new Columbuses, heading to the docks to embark on their journey. Carmen and Carlos, the driving force behind this literary feast between Spain and Latin America. Carmen, with an eye for opportunity and a mind for business, sought out the continent's literary gems and secured generous publishing deals for them. Carlos, with his deep understanding of market dynamics, brought these works to the eyes of the European public. Then, a golden era began. It all kicked off with a scandal at a military academy. And soon, the entire world was captivated by the story of a baby with a pig's tail from a faraway land. But we mustn't forget the writers themselves. Fuentes, a towering figure of the Spanish-speaking world, and Cortázar, the writer ever seeing through the eyes of a child. And of course, Mario and Gabo, key players in this literary revolution, will forever be etched in the annals of history. They corresponded regularly, always expressing deep admiration for each other's work. In fact, one even wrote a doctoral thesis on the other. Ah, friendship. It was. But no matter how explosive the boom was, it couldn't escape its fleeting nature. With the second imprisonment and self-criticism of a Cuban poet, in came an inexplicable right hook, and bang, silence. The military junta had gripped the poets' throats. The verse of the pioneers was cut off, their voices no longer heard. The bond between two generations was broken, and for the younger of the two, the silence was intolerable.
我想到文革。
They looked for a new theme, a new idea, a new voice, a new method to speak on their disappointment, their horror, and their anger. And they became the new guerrillas.
觉得德洛斯是故意被放进来，就为这边的事情做记录。
Mr. Idealist entrusted me with hosting the literature salon. Fiction's duality in reflecting reality and the self. Like-minded fellows, aspiring writers. Literature's been shoved aside in the world of art. What is left for us to do? Let stories be our weapon. They should be the sword that cuts through the bloody truth, the beacon that lights our way forward.
哦，啊，他们还分派别。
I'm a writer, and I mostly write under the name Erd.
Erd? Have you written for Atu? Are you the Erd in Atu?
It's an important part of my visit to hear all the ideas and opinions, if you'll pardon my intrusion. In these restless times, literature has been overlooked, forgotten, pushed to the edges of the world. Much like Ushuaia.
哦，所以周围才会是泳池。不知道为什么，我看着德洛斯，我突然想到《命运三姐妹》这个神话故事。什么东西？
La investigadora se despierta en su cueva en la duna, que le parecía tan vacía como una tumba. Era poco antes del amanecer. Montones de cintas habían ocupado su espacio vital, apilándose una y otra vez. Cada uno de estos carretes giratorios hablaba de historias sobre esa cabaña con techo azul.
oyó la voz del asesinado conductor de burros detrás de ella. Oigo a todos ellos, las risas y las voces de generaciones pasadas, como hojas secas atrapadas en las grietas de viejas paredes, crujiendo solo cuando el viento sopla otra vez. No pondría un pie en esa casa si fuera tú. El mendigo al lado de la puerta también habló. Duermo en el porche cada noche. Cada mañana una luz tenue brilla a través de la ventana, pero nadie sale nunca por esa puerta. Y nadie ha entrado nunca. Luego la voz del empleado del banco. Es la historia del alter ego. Esa casa debe haber estado llena de deudas que nadie reclamaría. La anciana enferma, luchando en su cama, susurró. La casa recuerda esos días, cuando la gente desaparecía en la oscuridad de la noche y los niños eran robados por las tormentas. La investigadora de paracausalidad había oído suficiente y volvió a dormirse. Solo quedaba el traqueteo del dado de Babilonia, resonando en su cueva vacía.
I've always wanted to use the element of fantasy to better establish our theme. And I was right. Now the stage is captivating, the timing is perfect, and the audience is ideally placed. Only one imperfect element remains in the scene. The creator, who hasn't stepped away from his creation. No. There's another thing.
Can you even tell any difference between today's setup and yesterday's?
Seriously, Roberta? That's a rude question.
Well, what's the difference then?
I can't see one either, but you should never judge art by how much it changes in a day. It's a creative process. We might be standing at the edge of the world, but art has no boundaries. We have to show him our support.
Easy for you to say. He's been tinkering and tweaking for over 3 months. Even if the idealist himself entrusted him with this exhibition, he can still be wrong sometimes. This gallery is turning into a dump.
Estoy viendo fantasmas, todos con las mismas caras, García. Demasiados. Es fácil perderse en ellos.
Idealist, you're back? Are these new recruits for La Sociedad? You must have had a very successful day.
It is good to see you, Garcia. How has your vision progressed today?
First a salon, and now an art gallery. Is this really a prison?
As you can see, I've strived to push the element of fantasy in my work so that it might reach perfection. But why doesn't it look like what I imagine? It's like I'm trying to work on a shadow. Some shapeless thing that morphs and shifts by the hour. Idealist, am I losing it again? I took my medicine as instructed.
It was never the pills that blinded you, my dear Garcia. You mustn't let tedious routine stifle what's truly alive. Remember, like those old poems, your exhibition must have a timeless rhythm that's never lost to the changing of minds.
Oh, 我现在才看出来那个
not getting it.
后面sorry， 看到后面那一块艺术品是一张人脸，我现在才看出来。
Look out. There's your answer. Though the sun rises the same way every day, the multitudes of shadows it casts are ever changing. Isn't that the only constant in life? Change? We foolishly pursue stability and constancy, but our very world denies it. Take a step back. Take several, and see the truth for yourself, lest you too become lost among the shifting shadows.
I get it now. It's the changing light that makes the exhibit seem different from what I expected. I shouldn't waste my time on freezing things in one perfect moment. Instead, I need to embrace change as it comes. I don't know how to thank you. I won't let you down. I must complete this exhibition. Complete my alter ego.
Did you say alter ego? And he called you Garcia. Is that your name? Garcia, where did you learn about this alter ego? Do you happen to write under the name...
Please, Recoleta, give our artist some space. Can't you see? He's already returned to his own time and space. He can't hear a thing you say.
He's right. Garcia is deep in his own head now. He won't hear a thing until he's done with whatever he has to do. Even if the floor were to collapse out under us, I think he will be left standing in the air without even noticing.
Pardon me then.
All right, my dear guests. Please forgive my late introduction. Welcome to the Gallery of Bewilderment.
Thank you for inviting me here, Mr. Idealist.
I imagine you're curious about what we do here in the heart of La Sociedad de Poetas de las Americas. We're putting together a magazine, a collection of poems from Kamala, our very own Casa de las Americas.
¿Casa de las Américas?
Exactly. Named after its great predecessor. You're a fine mind indeed. At this very moment, all our compañeros are working on it. Garcia's exhibition, Alter Ego, is centered around the birth of this magazine. And here, you can see the signatures from all the poets involved, along with a few words they've written for it. Reading it is like looking into the soul of our society.
All these signatures. Timekeeper, here! It's Dr. Doris' pseudonym, Erd.
Then she was here.
Precisely. She used to be one of us, and still is, if I may correct myself. You can ask around here. Maybe some of our members know where she went. Don't we all miss the familiar faces of old friends? I'm sure they'll do everything they can to help you find yours.
Mr. Idealist, I finished my short story. It's called Weightlessness. It drifts around the subject like a ship floating in space. The readers can start anywhere in the story, or read it in any order they like.
And please take a look at my piece Off Limits! Every word that has been forbidden is either erased or replaced with symbols. It's a one-of-a-kind jarring experience.
为什么要这么麻烦？
And I finished a new paragraph.
你会想，
Just wrote it
等一
today.
想看。
Oh, new faces. Welcome.
这里感觉好像一个邪教。
Idealist, did he just...
This is the writer for the prologue of our magazine. The prologue consists of a 2,000-line poem and an introduction that is written in 86 languages to avoid misinterpretation. It represents every second we spend here. Naturally, the arrival of new members disrupts its structure, and so we must begin again from scratch.
So he just tore it all up like that because he thought we were joining?
突然就被入
With all
社。
due respect, isn't this a little excessive? Heaven knows I'm not one to judge. I've torn up plenty of writing for my novel.
Please, pay it no mind. It may not be an easy task, but he's doing his part. Destruction is
等下他还
hard,
押韵。
but more necessary than you think. Without it, we'd all be stuck in a still and stagnant pond, with all the smells that entail.
This all sounds very complicated. When will your magazine be finished then? Forgive me, but I'm not sure what a floating sheet, a jarring reading experience, and all this constant rewriting are meant to express.
理科生跟文科生的差别。
As I've said, Komala isn't like any other prison.
Miss Jailer, do you mean...
This place also serves as a research center, and the prisoners here, for all they claim, are not just poets. They are arcanist criminals, and each one of them has been diagnosed as mentally ill.
You're quite right, Jailer. But let's not forget that mental illness is merely a deviation from the norm. And who decides the norm? You, the physician, or the ones outside these walls? We've been exiled here by the standards of our time, deprived of our roles in the outside world. So please, as we agreed before, I ask you not to interfere with the affairs of La Sociedad.
These people are visitors, not your new recruits.
But should we not hear their thoughts first? My friends, no one escapes the eye of power. We must resist. Stand with us. Pick up your pen and take poetry as your shield before it is too late.
Idealist, I admire your fight, but I came here with a different goal.
We are the last true owners of an old legend, words now only remembered as myth. We must stay on the path of literature until I find that transcendental solution. To invent an idiom that is generic, all-encompassing, yet precise. My poem will be written in this language, leaving no room for doubt or misinterpretation. How blessed is a man with infallible memory. He holds the finer details of each object within him, more vivid than anyone else. In the end, he'll have all the answers, if time allows him.
Sweet tongue, sister, howls, hermaphrodite, tango. They put the whole city in a nut house.
Timekeeper, look over there.
Isn't that the prologue writer?
There's something off about him. Please, Timekeeper, stay away from him.
What's happening?
Idealist, Pablo's having another episode.
Multiples of us. You make reality sick.
I could use your help, ladies.
觉得这张的基调跟上一张差好多。
I have all the essentials for writing poetry. La acumulación de elementos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
我靠，干嘛？这是劝败关卡是吗？这是劝败关卡吗？
Perfectly understood what I'm good at. This card should do.
啊，我看一下他的攻击。
Calm. Rise and shine. We're not afraid of you. Do I have to do this?
哇，他的羽毛笔变得好像一把剑哦，好酷哦！
Oh look, here's another one. Just another shift. En todos los momentos, we stand together. These sheets are my wings. Stay back, I say. Cosmología, filosofía clásica, el fundamento del mundo. Perfectly understood. What I'm good at. Más allá del contexto. This card should do. Please, allow me. Laundry time. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo. You are not welcome here. Please, mortals. Finally, it's just you and me, Master.
感觉有点不错哎。
Poor soul. I'll bring him to bed. Well done, ladies. Aren't you full of surprises?
What was all that?
It seems he had a mental breakdown and lost control of his arcane skill. It appears that every line he recited carried unbridled power.
Usually, only specific lines can channel arcane energy. You can't just force the power into words or craft a poem to serve your purpose. Pablo must have a rare gift for identifying empowered lines. When he recited them all aloud, they overwhelmed him.
That's right. He's a genius who writes the tides of emotion, just like Arthur Rimbaud. We always keep a close eye on him to make sure he doesn't recite anything while reading or writing. But sometimes things slip through.
You must understand how difficult it is for a poet to never taste the words on his own lips.
So then, this isn't the first time, and you're all fully aware of it. Do I understand you right? Did you just admit that you've been hiding an inmate with a dangerous condition from us? According to the safety regulations for the Panopticon of Kamala, he must be sent to the physician for immediate treatment.
No, wait, we can explain. He's doing fine. We know how to help him. This was just an accident. We got distracted by the new members.
We won't be handing him over to the physician. No true writer would allow their mind, the most sacred palace of their thoughts, to be opened up to that cold-hearted, ignorant butcher. Even one who believes their inspiration flows from a source beyond the mere substance of a brain would refuse it.
他用什么东西拉出武器？尾巴吗？哇，这张的基调真的跟上一张差很多。上一张暖色系，然后这一张全是很 感觉有点压抑的感觉，那种气氛。这听起来好像是文化革命，西方版的文化革命。这个看完，我想我们今天等一下就可以去抽抽了。
Yes. It looms over us, yet each of us may hold the power to steer its course.
음. 안贵元 어?
I didn't know you've written to Aleph too.
Hahaha. 都不让他讲。
Aleph.
会不会这个银行柜员也是阿莱夫给虚构集的一个建议角色，所以虚构集才把他写了进去？
I'm truly flattered by your invitation. I'd be delighted. Might I trouble you with one question, Mr. Idealist?
大家都想问阿莱夫。你哇，2000多哎！哎，我们可以1000多，等一下，1400，800，800，820，没关系，这个再赚就有，这个再赚就有，买下去。耶，我们有兔子了！来来来，抽，奖励领一领，我们来抽。对，我顺便验哈，这种的14个那个，都挺好看。 来买一买，抽一抽。哇，今天不知道可以几抽。 现在还没办法买这个，这个还有2天，可惜。有几车了？有几车了？来抽起来，19抽。等一下，等一下，我想一下，我们再去抽。等一下哦，来，保护金王打完，来把那个什么，再抽一抽，再抽一抽。再来抽个一抽。技术让他来了。就差1抽20抽。那我大概也是保底数啊。
Oh look! Hello, Master. These sheets are my wings! Rise and shine! Higher than the bell tower, and deep in the clouds!
然后这个60、110、170，然后再打1关。总共要打2关。啊，他怎么会不行？
Oh look, here's another one. Oh, be careful. Feel my dark embrace.
我打这个也有那个。打一打。
Oh, I got it now. Oh look, perfectly understood. We stand together. Flee, mortals! Do have a little faith in me, Master. I look forward to what you're doing. Just enough what this conch should do. Rise and shine. You are not welcome here. These sheets are my wings. Oh, be careful. What you doing? You want me to? Just a... We'll find our home one day. You are not welcome here. Oh look! Hello, Master. It's out with you. Higher than the bell tower, and deep in the clouds. Sweet dreams.
Yes. 20抽，我来了。这个是面临。
It wasn't easy to arrest that woman,
20抽
taking her away from her
20
child
抽
in the middle of the night.
Yes. 好，来，等一下，我把这个，我先把这个红点点消掉。哎，20抽，等下，五星增加的是谁？挖掘艺术跟 X。我虽然没有 X 啊，但是挖掘艺术 好像已经快5速了。没关系，抽就抽，抽就抽。哎，第一次，至少我希望是 X， 因为我还没有 X。对。Oh my god！ 哎，什么东西？我操！赌性 ！fuck！ 谁？都是你！哎呦！都是你！难道我们只能靠单抽了吗？我们只能把希望寄予在单抽上面了吗？好吧，不行。到了，意料之中，意料之中，意料之中，意料之中。哎，啊，把它射一射。你看，我就说已经5速了，我的天啊！哎，按错。这先生。还没了，2速。你们玩，没中，哦，打心向尾的东西，要我想。次，高频，讲到哪个位置？没有人。为什么？
Hello, ma'am. I'm writing a report on what Miss Boydier once asked me. What kind of officer do you want?
有人今天不适合抽抽，可恶！看一下。等一下，可能没排到吼，有我有看到。那你要不要考虑看看台湾的？接下来等台湾的，好像台湾之后也会出。也会来的样子，虽然我不确定机制是怎样子。天哪！没错，没关系，我们还有很多时间，我们还有很多时间可以慢慢挤兔子，慢慢抽，大不了就把保底出嘛。我这次活动应该会慢慢玩，应该不会说像之前那样一直赶。而且这次活动跑完，我大概接下来就都要等那个活动剧情。看一下吼，我会慢慢跑，所以可能大概1个礼拜就跑个1-2次。 2、3次吧，只是这时候暂时应该不会再跑那个同伴，因为前一口气跑完地板上有点累，然后还是你才不要出门，确定吗？确定吗？然后明天的话，我想一下哦，要干嘛嘞？我看一下我手头的状况怎么样。明天来看看魔物的那个新活动任务好了。稍微来看一下。听说可以徒手打魔物，好像蛮爽的呢。好像蛮爽的，我一定要来试试看，明天来试试看好了。对呀，明天端午节，应该有的可以放假吧？你们应该有人可以放假吧？真好。应该明天也差不多7点拿不完魔。第15种武器好滚，没有错。
But when I started meditating on the balcony, I could hear the radio broadcast from next door. Da-dee-da.
但是这次的剧情比我比我预料中还要更有趣一点，而且虽然才刚玩没多久啦，可是我心中已经有一个猜测，但是这个猜测就留在我心中就好了。我怕之后看一看，结果被打脸。但是还不错，这次的剧情，我觉得可以期待一下，可以稍微的期待一下。对，重点是很像在玩桌游的感觉，我很喜欢我最喜欢，我真的还蛮喜欢 TRPG 的。如果哪天可以来玩看 TRPG 就好，只想玩跑团，只可惜我是边缘人。找不到团可以参加。好啦，我们今天就先到这边啦。然后明天就一样晚上7点，我们猎人见我们荒野见。我们来体验一下，看什么叫做肉搏打魔物。好啦，那今天就先到这边啦，辛苦了。虽然明天可能大部分人都休息当然还是今天早点睡，不要熬太晚了，不然就这样你会很痛苦。好啦，那就明天再见了，晚安，拜拜，辛苦了，晚安。点歌迷你，黑风晚安 ，Kitty 晚安，阿空晚安，初见李洛晚安，娜洛晚安，樱花晚安，次元晚安，辛苦了，晚安，拜拜，明天见。